What's up, everybody? You know where this video is going? It's our Super Bowl prediction video. Let's get to it. And by the way, if you haven't checked out our AFC and NFC Conference Championship predictions, go watch it because they were dead on.
They're dead on. And another thing, everybody, before we get this video started, if you haven't been to Texas Dipper 77's channel, go check it out. He's got some pretty cool stuff. He's going to the Rumble this weekend, so make sure you subscribe to him to see all kinds of Rumble footage.
Groundbreaking Rumble footage. And
yeah.
he has a WWE title just like ours, so check that video out.
Yeah, he's taking his title to the Rumble, so check that out. It's going to be pretty cool. But, and yes, you can call us your friend. I know you asked in the last video. We consider you a friend, too. So.
And we're not brothers, by the way.
Yeah, so we're not brothers. No, we're not brothers. No. And he's not one of our brothers either.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right, and yeah, Taylor's back, by the way, everybody. So
what's up?
You're kind of like an official member now.
Yeah.
He's like
right?
a what do they call a reoccurring guest.
You're kind of like the unofficial official member. Like
Yeah.
Reoccurring guest. He's a
I've been on here more
the...
than every other guest, but
yeah, and now he's bragging.
Yeah. Well, now we're 2 minutes in. We haven't talked about football at all. Let's go ahead.
All right. So the Super Bowl.
But there's only one game, so we can goof off.
Yeah. The Super Bowl's coming up in 2 weeks, 12 days from right now, and as everybody knows, you got the Patriots versus the Falcons.
AFC, NFC.
AFC, NFC, which we picked it right.
Yeah.
We're not saying we're the
You
best.
know, you could have just watched this instead of watching the games,
Yeah. Good enough. But so let's get serious for a second though. I think this is actually going to be a really good Super Bowl. Like I think this
the best
is.
one.
I think it'll be the
in a
most,
while.
besides the Patriots being in it, which is kind of really like pretty typical. I think it's one of the most like fresh Super Bowls we've had. Because the AFC is usually pretty easy to predict who'll be in it, but the NFC it's a little bit you can't predict it, but you usually can guess like 5 or 6 teams. Like I did not have the Falcons going to Super Bowl.
No, if you go watch like our week 3 video, I think there's actually a comment on it, and somebody called us out for it, and I'll give that guy credit. I mean, he was right. We said very early on that the Falcons would probably fall off late through the season, and they didn't. I mean, they were highest scoring offense, number 1 rated offense.
That's the thing about our channel, though. We'll admit if we were wrong.
Yeah, we were totally wrong. I mean,
I said they'll fall off after week 8 or 9. They'll fall off. They didn't.
They didn't. No,
they looked like they were for a minute, though.
For just a second, we were like, oh, we were right, but nah.
Yeah, they got right back on track like it was nothing.
So kudos to the Falcons. They did good. They earned it. I think
Dan Quinn has turned that team around.
I think somebody asked me the other day, and I think definitely we can say the 2 best teams in the NFL are in the Super Bowl.
Oh, absolutely,
you know what I mean?
100%.
Like, I don't think you can say that every year. Like,
sometimes I think it's just
the Patriots. Like last year, I think the Patriots were a better team than the Broncos. It's just the Broncos got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think this year, the 2 best teams are in the Super Bowl. No questions asked.
Yeah,
Patriots
and look at
Falcons.
this.
It's not even
okay, I'm not even worried. I'm so used to. Look at this. We're Panthers fans, and we're saying the Falcons.
Yeah.
Are good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not... I honestly think... another thing, we can kind of touch on it real quick. I think Matt Ryan's undisputed MVP.
Yeah, there's no... He's the MVP.
We said one video, Matt Stafford, but he just choked round 1.
It's like he watched our video, and he was like, yeah, I can't handle that pressure. I'm going to go ahead and choke real quick.
Matt Ryan, undisputed MVP. Undisputed. It's not even a question.
Yeah, he definitely is. His level of consistency compared to everybody else, there's really nobody close.
So, who y'all taking? I'm taking the Patriots.
I really don't even want to pick because I feel like the minute I pick a team, the other one's winning.
Yeah. I think I'd like to see the Falcons win. I think if they can get pressure on Tom Brady, they'll win. But the problem is, they get 2 weeks to prepare, and nobody prepares better than Bill Belichick.
Nobody.
Yep, I know.
So I think the Patriots will win, but I want the Falcons to win.
I think the Falcons have the best shot at beating the Patriots like all year.
Just because of their offense.
You can't do that. Okay, we're eliminating their because the Patriots, they don't have the best defense, but they take away your number 1 weapon. You want to say their number 1 weapon is Julio.
Well,
Devontae Freeman, Tevin Coleman, Mohamed Sanu, Gabriel.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna eliminate? Julio, but there's been games where they eliminated Julio.
Yeah,
I've seen him held to 30 yards this year, and they've still put up 30 points.
The reason I'm picking the Patriots for this game is because I think, like there's no other team in the NFL that could have a shootout with the Falcons and win. I think except the Patriots. Like I think Tom Brady with his Tom Brady in a shootout situation. Like I feel like the Patriots defense can stop the Falcons offense one more time than the Falcons defense can stop the Patriots offense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
If it comes to a shootout, I feel like the Patriots can get that 1 score advantage. Like that, I feel like they can score just one more time.
Yeah.
Because the Falcons' defense isn't the best. It's like the reason they're winning every game is because they're averaging 38 points a game. That's average.
Well, one good thing about their defense, not like
I mean, it's good enough to do what it has to do.
Dan Quinn really brought in what he had in Seattle. He replicated it as much as you can. They hit hard.
Hit hard.
They play hard at the line of scrimmage. They jam at the line. They don't. They do everything they can do. Really.
But I think the problem going into the Super Bowl is going to be they have 3 rookies and 5 second-year players on that defense, starters.
Yeah, they're going to.
That's the thing.
They've never been at
realizes
they've never been at a stage like this, and I think that really caught the Panthers off guard last year. Is like Cam got there and he was like Cam's really good in the spotlight, but the Super Bowl is another animal. Like it's like you walk in and you're like, geez, like it's real. Like
especially
and Tom Brady's like, this is my 7th ball game. Like
yeah,
I'm not,
I don't know if
he
you saw
handles the pressure well, and has experience.
And if anybody can pick apart some rookies and second-year players in a big stage game, I'm not taking.
But you gotta say, the way they've played in the playoffs, they have
dominated.
It kind of makes me want to pick them. I haven't even officially said mine yet. I feel like I might go with the Falcons just because you guys picked them already. The Patriots. What good is all of us picking?
Are you
them?
picking the Patriots?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they'll win.
I don't like. I think they're a better team. I just don't see them winning. That makes sense.
The Patriots?
No, I think the Falcons are a better team. Like, when you look at the
what-
numbers,
No, yeah,
they look
yeah.
like a way better team. Their defense is about even. Their offense it's better.
And see,
statistically.
another thing is like for anybody that watched the AFC Championship game, I still don't feel like every Patriots game that's been nationally televised, like every primetime game, I still don't feel like we've seen everything they're capable of this year.
That's
You know
the
what I
scary
mean?
part.
That's
yeah.
Like
what-
I feel like that drive where the Steelers did score a touchdown, it felt like I know this isn't what happened, but I felt like they just let them go to the end zone one time to just keep the game. Like I feel like the drive looked so let up to me. Like
it just didn't.
the drive
They
felt
moved
so
it so
good.
easily,
It
but
felt-
before that, it was so hard.
they couldn't move, and then they let them.
And then
and
it's
it
just-
was like in the second quarter they let them go score a touchdown. And in
And
the
it was
second
back.
half, it was like no more driving down the field. It's like they let them go score one time.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna pick the Falcons just to make it interesting, and also, I think they could do it.
Oh, they.
It's just a matter of will
the
they do
best
it.
option.
Yeah, they're the best because I sat here for a minute and I reflected back on their schedule. They have had a decently easy schedule. If you really look back,
Patriots
have had a fairly
Oh,
easy
no,
schedule. Go look
very
at their
easy.
schedule. It really wasn't that impressive. Even their playoffs, they played the Texans. The Texans squeaked in. I know people were like they won the wild card, but they played up against a battered.
The Texans could have won that game.
That's yeah.
They could have won that. It's not.
Well,
it wasn't far-
the Texans squeaked in and they almost beat them.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah.
And then the Steelers, they were banged up. They weren't really, and I didn't think they were really like. I don't think they were gonna go to the Super Bowl. Like really, like I was surprised they made it as far as they did, because they were beaten up. Le'Veon Bell was out,
Yeah.
and they're not really always the greatest away team really.
Yeah.
So this might be the really big first big test they've had. Really
they've
all
had.
year.
They've
I mean,
had
think about the one other time they got tested. The Seahawks, they lost, and that was Dan Quinn was there. Do you think he doesn't know? He hasn't talked to Pete Carroll a little bit? Okay, what should I do here? What should I do there? Plus, he used to be their defensive coordinator.
Yeah, he's their defense coordinator.
He kind of knows how to match up against Tom Brady. He did it in the Super Bowl 2 years ago,
Yeah, and almost.
and they
freaking-
almost won. And they did
almost.
not have the weapons that the Falcons currently have. I mean, they don't have the defense the Seahawks
I
have.
feel like this is going to be a Super Bowl for the ages. Like I feel like this
Yeah,
is
it'll be-
honestly.
I feel
I know
the best
people
one.
say that every single year, but like this one.
Plus the Falcons bulldozed the Broncos like week 5.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
can
they
play a good defense.
bulldozed
We don't know if the Patriots can play a good offense. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
They haven't. Yeah, they haven't.
They haven't played a
one.
good offense. The Falcons have played a good defense, and they just bulldozed over them. They completely embarrassed the Broncos in Denver.
Yeah, not easy.
And I mean, there's no home field advantage for either team. They're each going to Houston. I think the Falcons could do it. I easily could see them just getting out coached and losing. But I'm going to pick them just to make the things
That's what
interesting.
my problem
That's
is.
what the only.
And also, if they get scored on first, how are they going to react? That's what happened to the Panthers. They didn't score first, and then they were like, "Oh my gosh, they played in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. They know how this
And
is."
see, another thing with like Bill Belichick
That's
is
what I'm
like,
afraid of.
like the Falcons have scored a touchdown on every opening drive on the season.
See,
If
stats
they-
like that sound good until it doesn't happen.
Until it doesn't happen, exactly.
Exactly.
If they come out and they get the ball first and they go 3 and out, they're sitting there like, well, guys, every single time we've touched the field this season, the first time we've scored 7. Every single time.
That's what happened to the Panthers last year. The best offense. They always
the
score
best
in the
defense.
first quarter.
Yep.
The only
Which,
reason
I
I'm
mean-
picking this time is because it's not the best defense. It's a pretty good defense.
Yeah.
That's
it's-
gotten beat by other good teams.
This is like the best offense versus like the best prepared team they could possibly play.
Best coach team, quarterback driven team that.
There's no other team that could come in like any other team in the NFL versus the Falcons. I'm picking the Falcons. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
There's no other team this season that showed me. There was no outstanding defenses this year. Like I can't name one that was just.
The Seahawks weren't that good. The Panthers weren't good. Those
There
are
was
two
no
that's
just,
been good the last
like,
few years.
Broncos, they weren't.
The Broncos started off the only reason I use them as a reference because at week 5, like early in the season, they were still pretty good defense.
Yeah, the Vikings were good week 5, but I mean they didn't make the
they were-
playoffs.
they were
I mean,
They were the
Actually,
best
good.
defense in the league for
And
like
then
5
that's what
years.
I'm saying.
fell
There
off.
was no significant defense that I would be like that defense could stop the Falcons. There's not one, but it's just the way that Bill Belichick and Tom Brady prepare.
Well, they've
It's
been
like-
to 7 Super Bowls too, and I think that is probably the most
Then
important
the 7
thing.
and
7.
Well, this will be the 7.
Yeah.
but
That's more
They said
impressive than
that-
winning 4, in my opinion.
The fact they said they've been to 7, and that's more than 28 franchises.
yeah, including the Falcons.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to stab.
Hey,
here.
just
the
them
Panthers,
two.
they haven't been. They've only
We've
been
been to
twice.
2. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's crazy. Like,
And I still remember when
And
they played.
I think what will happen
Patriots.
in the game is people were like, "Oh, it'll be a shootout. They're just going to go out there and throw the ball." Do you think really Bill Belichick is going to allow the Falcons to have the ball for like a significant amount of time? No, he's just going to get LeGarrette Blount, Deion Lewis, and just have them run the ball and just kind of methodically move the ball. And Tom Brady, if on third down, whatever, he'll just get a first down. Like
I mean, they'll just throw those little
Yeah,
5-yard
they really
checkdowns
will.
like it's
just
nothing.
like
I mean,
they did in that game, you know.
they're
I'm
not
really
looking
worried
for
about LeGarrette Blount. Like I picked the Falcons. I think he could be the reason. Because even if you
factor,
look at
yeah.
like the Super Bowls Tom Brady's played in, usually he doesn't have like his best game, but the rest of the team like rises to the occasion with him.
Yeah,
I mean, he makes the clutch plays he has to make though.
yeah, he always.
But
that's
their
the
run
thing
game
is,
like steps up like way more than usual in the Super Bowls usually.
if it goes down to the fourth quarter and it's close, Patriots are winning.
Patriots will win.
Yeah, Matt Ryan has had some good fourth quarter comebacks.
He-
this
he
year,
has,
though.
but
he's
he-
no Tom Brady
he-
yet. Like
Not
But
yet.
years
yeah.
prior, he has been.
Mr. Crumble.
Yeah, he would choke fast.
All right. So,
But I mean, they do have Freeman and Coleman make me feel like I made the right choice. They can, and Julio, obviously.
I mean, you
That
got
is one thing. They do not have an answer.
you got
for
5
Julio.
guaranteed
Well,
weapons
the-
on
Malcolm
that.
Butler, he's a
what
good
they-
corner and all.
Well,
but
see what they did.
Nobody's listen.
There is no person on this
Right
planet
now,
that
there's
can-
no corner in the league that can one-on-one cover Julio Jones.
Oh, absolutely not. But the thing
Josh
is,
Norman couldn't do it at the level Julio just played at this season. He couldn't do it. No way.
the
No
Steelers,
way.
when they had Antonio Brown on the field, what they would do is any route he would run, they would just have somebody come up, like a safety immediately. Because the rest of the people, they could have played one-on-one with. I mean, some of them caught big gains or whatever. They'll give you, like, 17 yards instead of letting Antonio Brown get hot.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
And that's the thing. They'll probably do the Julio. Julio will probably finish with, like, 70 yards, which will be like, oh, that's not too bad. But the thing is, it won't be.
the offensive center.
It'll just be
so
like-
much.
They had one first down, he got a 17-yard gain, and then it was. They got fourth down, they punted it. Like, it won't be like, oh, he got 17, then 25, and then he scored. Like,
This
I
is
don't
the
think
best
that-
offense, obviously, because I mean they're best in the league. But this is like the Patriots haven't played anybody like this good yet. Even close is what I really mean. Like
I think they'll win, really, if they can get to Tom Brady significant like they did to Aaron
Dwight
Rodgers.
Freeney, I feel like Dwight Freeney. I know he's like 38. He always steps up in big time games.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's about to retire.
And
That
Tom
dude-
Brady doesn't like getting hit.
Vic Beasley.
Vic Beasley.
He
is, in my opinion, the most underrated pass rusher in the league. That dude
Yeah.
scares me every time we play them.
He's only a second-year player. That is unbelievable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
he's good.
Didn't he lead the league? He led the league in sacks this year. I think he
I
did.
think maybe hurries or pressures or something. Well, I know he had a lot of sacks. I don't know. If
No,
he led
I'm
the
pretty
league.
sure they said last week he led the league.
I
in
wouldn't be
sacks.
surprised.
Somebody
I-
fact check that. Like I tell us if we're wrong, but I'm pretty sure he led the league.
I mean,
in
they
sacks.
don't have like the best
Yeah,
defense,
it
but they
was
have
either
some
him or
guys who
Von
can hit
Miller.
hard.
I think.
I know it wasn't Vaughn. There's no way.
Vaughn actually had a good amount of sacks.
He had like
actually-
13 or 14,
yeah.
I think.
Oh,
He
really?
didn't have
So
like a
it's
tough,
yeah,
like a
I mean, it
ton.
wasn't like 17, but it was like, 13 or 14, that's not too bad.
All right, so I got Patriots.
I got Patriots.
I got the Falcons. I'm trying to be different right now.
You got the
I think
Falcons.
they could do it. I just think they're the better team, but I really could just see them getting just
That's the thing.
overwhelmed. I'm picking them with the assumption that they won't get overwhelmed by the moment, which they
That's the
could
thing.
easily. But I'm saying I'm just gonna.
If
hope
it
they
was a
don't.
regular season game, I'd pick the Falcons. If it was a regular
Yeah, if
season.
it was a regular season game, I'd
but
pick
it
the
is
Falcons.
playoffs. It is primetime Super Bowl. Millions upon millions are going to watch it. Tom Brady's like, I've been here before.
He is not
Actually, 6
rattled, not
times.
even a little bit.
This-
And
my
it's not
seventh.
like the past like 2 years ago. Like they hadn't been in a long time, and it's like, oh yeah, he's done this before, but it was 10 years ago. Now they've won one recently,
Yeah.
and they won 3 early in his career. They've been there and they've been there recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like they've been there in 2007, 2011, 2014. like half of the roster was there when they went. They still have most of the playmakers.
And I
That's
think,
scary.
I
the
think
fact
some
that
of
they were all there.
the players that they brought in, like Martellus Bennett, like he wants to win bad.
That scares me.
And the
Bad.
thing is, like, he rips on his. He rips on the Chicago Bears
yeah,
for not wanting to
the
win.
Bennett brothers documentary, he goes hard on.
He doesn't like that.
That
And
losing
now he wants to
atmosphere.
win so bad. I think
He's
that-
going to be a problem.
And he's
I don't-
finally on a team that like the coach wants to win. The
Yeah,
quarterback
that's
wants
what he
to win,
says. He's like they just prepare and they actually want to like succeed. So I think he's ready.
That kind of scares me. Like Martellus Bennett, I don't think they have an answer really for him.
stick with your pick.
No, I'm sticking. I'm just
Okay.
saying. No, I'm picking them because I think if everything goes right, they'll be able to win. But
Oh, yeah.
nothing ever goes right. But if they can kind of keep their game plan in check and everything, they'll be fine. But I could easily see them getting rattled early. But I mean, if you pick the Patriots, you could easily see Matt Ryan just tearing them up real quick.
If it comes
Yeah.
out and gets 3 scores up, 21 points is hard.
Yeah,
to play
21
down.
Yeah.
points against the Falcons. I mean, that's the only reason why I didn't think the Packers would win. I mean, when they were up by what was the score like in the
28
first
I think,
half?
I think it was 28-0 at the half, 24.
I was like, I don't see them scoring 5 touchdowns and them not scoring at all. They were moving the ball. God, too easy, like Madden, like rookie.
Yeah,
Like,
Well, I
it
mean,
was-
they had no answer for Julio. I mean, they have a bunch of young secondary guys. I really thought I picked against them a few weeks, but I wasn't like so sure about it.
Well, the Packers were so tore up. Like they had when
Yeah.
they come into that game with 15 on injury and they left with 18. Like
They were in a hole
Yeah.
like from the start. I mean, the guys that they did have playing, they were all like dinged up. Half of them were.
Well, did you see it?
So and Ty Montgomery filled in well as running back, but it's like that's one less receiver you have.
And then he got hurt.
He got yeah. he
Yeah,
got
and,
hurt.
I'm saying like
He hurt
So
his
then they
shoulder,
had the
man.
fullback.
yeah. Well, I'm saying like he was in there. You already have he's doing a good job, but I mean that's one less receiver you have. You already have Jordy Nelson out. It's like Randall Cobb was kind of messed up a little bit, I think.
Yeah, he is. Like Jordy Nelson. had to
Jordan
play
Nelson
with-
played. He played with
he
his broke
played
ribs,
with
but he
it.
couldn't. He wasn't. I
He
mean,
couldn't-
was
he couldn't
effective.
do
He had a
He
He had a
huge
touchdown,
vest.
but
It was
I
like a
mean-
military grade vest
Yeah,
to
like
protect his ribs.
if they wouldn't have started off so bad and they could have had home field advantage, they probably would. I wouldn't be surprised if they went all the way.
Well, did you see like Julio?
They had to keep traveling, and they had to play wild card week, so they had no break, and they were on the road
Well, you
every
think
time.
the Green Bay's bye? The last time Green Bay had an off week was the first weekend in October.
Yeah,
was-
see,
that
that's
That was their bye.
Yeah,
That was their
that
bye.
kinda-
Like that was 4 months ago.
I think that's so unfair sometimes. Like the bye weeks, how they get rationed out. That's like it's
Yeah,
really
because you can
messed
have
up.
one like
I-
week 5.
The
or
Patriots
week
always have like a
12.
week 10 or 11 bye. That's really like.
Yeah, I was
annoying.
talking with somebody. I feel like everybody in the playoffs should either have a bye or not have a bye. One of the two. You know what I mean? Like we gotta find. Like they gotta find a way to make this. Like oh yeah, you're number 1 and 2 seed. You get a bye. No, if you make the playoffs, you deserve a bye. Like you did better than.
Well,
I think they
I mean,
should just start it 1 week later. Like everybody has that bye, but then maybe the first and second seed get 2 weeks. That way,
that'd be
it's still
too
fair.
much. That'd be.
People-
Well, the
be-
thing is that they won the most games because if they just make it, then there's like if it's.
I don't even
just-
know if they.
I think what they need to
Yeah.
do. I don't think they should change anything except the teams that went to the playoffs the next year. They should have the worst bye spot. They should have the week 5 bye or the week 6 bye. The teams who are struggling, they should have the week 10 or 11 buys.
Yeah, and see
Yeah.
how it plays out from there.
Yeah, I mean, you got the teams like the Patriots. Go look at their bye history. They always have a week
Well,
10
this
or
year,
11
this year
bye.
they had a week 5.
Yeah, but they probably liked it because it was another week for Tom Brady to come back this time.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
it seems like it's really convenient every time they get their
Yeah.
bye week. Like I'm not trying to start some thing, but
Also, you know what scares me about the Falcons? Last week, Julio. I don't know if you had to work, so you didn't get to see
the
it.
catch with the flip.
Well,
or-
that and him completely outrunning everybody on the
Oh,
freaking
that
defense.
long
yeah,
touchdown. Yeah.
is he was on the sidelines and he didn't get the ball, and he went to his offensive coordinator and they were arguing like he was saying, "Give me the ball." Like you don't want him saying, "Give me the
I
ball."
like that. I'm definitely
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
I like that.
If
They
he
need to
wants
give
the
him
ball that bad, like, and then he scores like 2 touchdowns, like you don't want that. Like that just
they need
means
to give
that's
him the ball.
that's
he has a legitimate gripe
that's-
that he needs the ball.
that's just willpower.
He's
just
Julio Jones. He needs the ball.
skill and willpower. You don't want that.
And Mohamed Sanu and those other receivers, they have to get open. They have to.
Yeah,
If they don't, I mean, you're not going to score.
The
against
run
them.
game is going to be limited. Bill Belichick is really good at managing the run.
that defense, their defensive tackle for the Patriots, he's
Yeah, he's a little monster.
like top 3, I think. In the
If
league.
they lose Jamie Collins that got traded to the Browns, he's going to be laughing.
yeah,
He's going to be like, yeah, if I was there, that wouldn't happen.
All right. Well, I think we've rambled on enough about the Super Bowl. We're probably like 20 minutes into this video or something.
Yeah,
like
well, it's
that
just
now.
one game, though, so we had to go. We had to get
Had to really dissect this game.
Yeah,
So,
you have to go.
Make sure to check out everything else. Y'all know this. Y'all know the thing. If anybody's even listening anymore, probably not. Probably maybe one person's watching. We know who that one person is. So
Check out the links, everybody.
Yeah, check out the links. Check out our Twitter. We're gonna be running a lot of polls. Royal Rumble's coming up. We might do if something crazy happens at the Royal Rumble, we might do like a emergency like post Royal Rumble video that night.
We could do like a little 2-minute video, like what we thought.
Yeah. All right. So thanks for watching, everybody. Check everything else out. We'll see you next time.